공장이구나. 여기도 막 프레스하는. 우와.
So here we call it the cellier. So here there are all the machines for the process of champagne.
프레스 앤
Sorry?
프레스?
Yes. over there.
아, 스테인리스 있고. 오. 아, 여기도 이거 있다.
So here are the pressing room. So just after the harvest, which happens in January and September, we brought the grapes here to be pressed. So this one they could contain 4,000 kilograms of grapes.
와우.
So to talk about the family, it's a whole family in Tours-sur-Marne, but it's a young house on Champagne because we started in 1955.
55.
The grandparent and the current owner, he planted the first vineyard
Here.
in Tours-sur-Marne after the Second World War.
After Second World War.
So he planted, but at this time he didn't have the money to buy the tools. So he sold his grape to our neighbor, Laurent Perrier. I don't know if you
Laurent
know.
Perrier. Yes, I know.
It's a big house.
Yes.
So during I think 5 years, he sold his grape to Laurent Perrier. But after a very bad harvest, Laurent Perrier said, "Stop! I don't want your grape anymore." So he started to make his own champagne with a small winemaker in Louvois. It's a village about 5 minutes from here. So he started to make his own bottles. He started with 10,000 and after it's grown. And in 1971, his son took over the company. So do you remember the man we saw? It's Jean-Pierre. So it's the second generation.
Second generation. Okay.
Jean-Pierre started to ship his bottles in US and the other countries. And now the owner, his name is Ophélie, it's a woman. And she worked with her husband in the vineyard and in the winemaking process.
Okay.
And she is the daughter of Jean-Pierre. So it's a family business. Okay? So we have 6 hectares of vineyards in Grand Cru. And 1 hectare in Premier Cru, so the Cru is the village in Champagne. Most, the Grand Cru is the best village that we can have, and the Premier Cru is
second one.
It's good too. And we have also 1 hectare in the Côte des Bars.
Côte de Bar.
So here you can see the wine of 2024.
Last year.
It's called Bio because we are just being certified organic in the Grand Cru vineyard.
And it's Pinot Noir?
Yes. This one is Pinot Noir and you have Chardonnay.
Okay. Is there juice inside now?
It's the wine now. It's the wine. So it's a balloon.
Wow.
So to press the grapes, we have to press the grapes slowly and in gentle way to not have the color of the skin. So the balloon will inflate and deflate to press the grapes. And it takes about 4 hours.
4 hours. 와, 신기하다.
And then, sorry, the juice
goes.
there is free. Do you know why there is free?
Free Pinot Noir, Meunier, Chardonnay.
It could be, but
Yeah.
So because we press grape variety by grape variety. And in one press we
cuvée.
have 3 presses exactly. For the first one, it's called the cuvée.
Cuvée.
It's the best juice that we can have to make champagne. The second one is called the Thai.
Thai.
It's also a juice that we use for making champagne, but it's a little bit more less quantity. And then we have the Rebèche. This one we don't use it for making champagne. We use it for making ratafia. it's a liquor with grape juice.
아, 오케이.
Very sweet, very good. And if you can see on the whole barrel, sorry,
It's okay.
there is here under Chardonnay, it's called taille.
아, 따예.
So the taille is the second press.
퀴베 따예.
So the process of champagne, every house does the same, but we can put some option to make our own champagne. In this house, we use the taille for make the reserve wine. Do you know
Reserve
what
wine.
is
Ah, yes,
what
yes.
is the reserve wine? So we keep our taille and we put in the big tanks to make the purple reserve. The juice is not here. There is some seed inside.
Oh.
So we have to settle the juice to have a very clear juice. So we break our juice in those small tanks.
아. 탱크.
And after the press, we put the juice inside and we let the sediments go
Goes down.
down in the tanks. And if you can see here, this tools is for took the juice, the clear juice. And at the end of the process, all the seeds, the little insect, all the sediments are in the bottom of the tanks.
오, 이건 몰랐다.
It's just for settle the juice, have a very quality juice. And in steel tanks or hot barrel ceramic tanks to have different aromas during the fermentation and during the aging.
So this one is for the fermentation.
Yes, this one is for the fermentation. You can see it's so this one is the Grand Cru Pinot Noir because it's organic, and you have all the information about the temperature of the tank.
So there's juice inside
Yes.
now.
You can see it's over there.
그러네.
So this one is Pinot Noir,
아.
and here it's Chardonnay.
오, 색깔 달라. 오, different color. 와, 이 색깔
And
처음
you
봐.
can see here the color is more
어, 그러네.
more darker because it's the type of Pinot Noir of 2022.
아, 22.
So we keep also this for after making a blending in the reserve.
어.
So you don't use the old tank anymore?
No, not this one.
How come? Why is it still in here?
I don't know. maybe one day they use it. But this year it was not a very good harvest. We don't have a lot of juice, so we can use it.
So in a decent harvest, how much do you guys produce? You said 4 tons this year.
4,000 kilograms
Yeah.
this year, and we.
What's your normal?
It's not normal.
I mean,
because
what's your normal?
about
Usually
10 kilograms,
10
kilo.
10,000. Maybe a little bit more. It's different
It's really bad this year.
the year, but this year because we have bad weather, so with a lot of rain, so a lot of mildew.
가격 많이 오르겠다. So 2024 vintage will be more expensive.
maybe more quality, so more expensive, and we keep more in the cellars because it's very. I taste the wines of this year. It's very acidic.
아, acidic.
So they need to be more in the cellars too.
아, aging. 아, 그렇구나.
Because the thing in Champagne, in different of the other vineyards in France and I think of the world, it's very acidic. We search the acidity in the wines, so it was very good.
와, 오, 여기 높다.
So we can use the one for make the blending of the cuvée. So like I told you, we have mostly Pinot Noir, about 60% of the production, and after 40% of Chardonnay. So here you can see we have
와,
also another
보트.
hot barrel, the ceramic.
아, 세라믹 요건 I've never seen this type.
It's
Ceramic.
my boss, so Ophélie, buy the eggs 5 years ago, and each year she do a vintage in those eggs. So it's bring. Sorry?
What's it made of?
Ceramic.
Ceramic.
And it brings some mineral taste, flavor. Is to the gas get out, but the air don't get in.
앞으로는 돌이야.
So Pinot Noir 60% and Chardonnay 40%. You don't have many?
A little bit, but we use it for the second brand. We have two brands in this house. We have Champagne Lamiable, so we have the Grand Cru and the Premier Cru. And then we have the Lamiable, so it's the two names of Ophélie and Arnaud, so her husband. And because Arnaud have also a vineyard, so Ophélie buys the grapes from Arnaud and make the Champagne Cru.
Okay.
So we have a little bit of Meunier, but not
그렇구나.
So after we settle the juice, we have the first alcoholic fermentation in this. So it happens about 8 weeks. So we put sugar and yeast. The yeast turn the sugar into alcohol and gas, but the gas escape, and we are clear wine. After we put our juice in the bottle, and we closed with this metal
wow.
cup, plastic cup. In French, we call it the bidule.
Bidule.
It don't really have a name. The thing. So we close it, and
wow.
with the chrome cap, it's very close to the second fermentation in the cellars. The second fermentation is the same as the first. We put yeast and sugar, and so the yeast turn the sugar into alcohol and gas, but the bottle is very close, very still, so the gas remain inside the bottle. So that's why we have bubbles. It's called the prise de mousse in French. And then the bottle stay in the cellars for minimum 15 months.
15
for
months.
a basic champagne, or 3 years for a vintage.
요거 막는 것도 처음 봐. 실 같은 거.
So after there's those minimum 15 months, so I will show you maybe here.
이거 이스트.
I don't know if you see, but after the second fermentation, the yeast died and they form a sediment in the bottle. I don't know if you see well, but in the neck you have the sediment in the bidule. That's why we put a plastic cup to get the sediment out. And in the cellars, the bottle are laid down like this, and they have to be upside down because we want the sediment in the neck.
Really? Or
The plastic thing.
No, everywhere. Everywhere.
오,
It's-
처음 봤어 근데.
So in the cellars, it's laid down, and we need to be upside down. So the traditional method is do by hand on the pupitre, so a wood board that we turn every day.
와.
But it took a lot of time, obviously. So we have the gyro palette. So
palette.
we put one box. You have 504 bottles
오.
for the classic shape. If you have another shape of
Oh,
the
yeah.
bottle, it's more
Wait.
difficult.
Ah.
Or if it's a magnum or a Jean-Bois, it's more difficult to put in the box. So the box will turn every 2 or 3 hours to put the bottle inside. So at the end, the sediment is
There. Down
it's
there.
more easy to export all the sediment.
So this machine is working now.
Yes.
Ah.
Now I think it's done because the bottle.
Yeah.
But it started like this, like lay down.
Okay.
What's the difference between machine or doing it or a person?
The time, it's the same thing about quality. It don't change anything. But it took 1 week to complete.
Oh.
By hand, about 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
So it's better for But every day, a reader, they could turn about 35,000 bottles per day.
와. 엄청나죠. 확실히 사람 손이 많이 가는구나. With
Something in your mouth. So we need to disgorge.
discourse.
So we do every step of the champagne process here. But we have the tools, but we went only one machine, the disgorgement one, because it's too big.
디스코즈 하는 거는 하나밖에 없고. 오. 와. 와, 여기 하는구나.
Here it's working.
아.
So I didn't tell you about the whole team. So the guy over there is Antoine. He works here since 20 years,
와.
and this is only 2. So to do the disgorgement, we had 2 ways to do it: by hand
By hand.
and with a machine. So do you remember? I will show you the both methods. So by hands, do you remember the bottle
yes,
is upside
yes.
down like this, and with the sediment in the neck. So we have to uncap the bottle, and you have a bubble here, and when the bubble, you have to slowly lift up the bottle, and when the bubble is in the neck, we uncap.
Okay.
And with the pressure inside, we have a pressure of 6 bars. With the pressure inside,
It pops.
it pops with the sediments in the plastic cup. But if we don't go quickly, we lose wine.
Champagne. Yeah.
So now we use another method.
Machine.
Yes. So it's
Wow.
a very cold solution at minus 25 degrees. Okay,
올려서
we
freezing.
put upside down our bottle, and the solution will cross the sediment. So we keep the bottle during 15 minutes in there, and then when we took the bottle, there is a nice cube of sediment by hand, but we use this machine. So the first one, it will uncap the crown cap, and the sediment will pop out. After, in this cup, it will take a little bit of champagne to refill after. This one is to put the liquor, the dosage, the sugar,
dosage.
inside. In generally, the famous dosage in champagne is brut.
Brut.
Brut,
6 grams.
Yes, exactly. But we can put a lot of sugar as we want, or not at all. So we can start with the brut nature, so with no sugar at all. After extra brut, from 0 to 6. After brut, 6 to 12. And then with
Sec.
sec, with 12 to 17. After demi-sec,
Demi-sec.
17 to 32. And doux, very sweet.
Oh.
We can go with 50 grams of sugar in one bottle. Here we do every dosage,
아.
so everyone can find the perfect sugar. So after we put the dosage, so the sugar is sugar and reserve wine. So we put inside. This one is to refill with the old champagne,
own champagne.
and this one is the same. It's to
아,
refill.
okay.
So at the end, we have our champagne, but the bottle is not done yet.
아.
So after we put
cork.
the cork.
오.
So it's the traditional shape. It's not the mushroom shape. So we put the bottle here. We put the cork, and it will be compress the cork
아.
and put it in the bottle. And then we put the wire
Ridgelet.
to close the bottle. And the bottle is ready.
아.
So we shake a little bit to blend the sugar and the wine, and they rest in the box like this, ready to be tasted.
와. 아.
For the classic shape, if we have another shape, for example, our vintage is not the classic shape of the bottle of champagne, so we label by hand.
Oh, really?
The job of Antoine.
와.
It's not the classic
아.
shape, so it's labeled by hand.
By hand. 와.
And all this method from the beginning of the press and here, it took a minimum 3 years, I think. 2-3 years.
와.
For a classic one, not for a vintage. Do you have questions?